So today we're going to talk about company cars versus a company car allowance. So first off, to kick off, what is the difference between the various options available to salespeople to either use their own vehicle or be provided with a company vehicle? The first, I think, is pretty straightforward. A company car, that is obviously the vehicle that is owned by the company that the employee uses to undertake business on behalf of their organisation. The second is a car allowance, which is where a company will pay an amount of money per month to the employee to cover the provision of a car. And the third is a mileage allowance, which is an amount of money paid per mile to the employee when they're carrying out company business. So to talk through the three of them, the pros and cons of them. For a company, the pros of a company car is that they are in control of that vehicle, so they are in charge of all of the maintenance and all of the make sure that it's roadworthy. That's important for several reasons, moral and legal. Firstly, corporate manslaughter. A little known fact is that if somebody is out and about on company business, the brakes fail, it's actually the company that would be liable, not the employee. But also morally, to ensure that their employee is safe from a health and safety perspective. The other pros is that the organisation can manage their fleet and they know exactly who's where. Many cars have trackers these days. The cons to a company is, of course, a big capital outlay to either purchase that vehicle, or if they're going to lease it, what happens if that employee leaves. So there are some cons there as well. For an employee, the pros are you tend to get a nice car that tends to obviously be well looked after, well maintained, etc. The downside is you will be hit on tax by that quite significantly. So looking at company car allowances, now this is an amount of money that is paid to the employee every month for the provision of a car. The pros of that to a company: it's clean, easy to manage, it's paid like salary. They will have to pay employers' national insurance contributions on that, so factor that in when you're budgeting. The cons of it for certainly an employee, most field salespeople or people that go out and see clients on a regional or national basis will be expecting the provision of a company car. So it could be that you won't be able to attract the very best people to your organisation. The cons to the employee with a car allowance is that they will also be paying tax and national insurance on that amount that they're given. So for instance, if you are giving and I'll make a number up, £400 per month car allowance to an employee, once you take off national insurance and tax on that, that's probably more like £300 a month. So bear that in mind. The third is a mileage allowance. Now currently under HMRC rates, that's 45 pence per mile for the first 10,000 miles and 25 pence per mile thereafter. For employees, it's nice and easy. They don't have to they don't have to buy a car, they don't have to lease a car, so it's very easy for them. For the employee, if they're doing reasonably low mileage, it can actually be in their benefit, because under P11D rules, it's not counted as a benefit in kind, so therefore they can earn 45 pence per mile for the first 10,000 miles, which hopefully means they might be able to make a few quid on that once they've taken out the wear and tear of the car, fuel, etc. So there's the difference between the three. Now, what is the best option? There is no one-size-fits-all solution to this, because it really depends on how many miles they're going to be doing, and that really is the crux of it. For somebody that is a proper old-school road warrior that's going to be doing sort of 30,000 miles a year, a company car is the best option. For somebody who is doing, say, 5,000 miles a year, probably a mileage allowance or a car allowance is better. But there's lots of different factors that can come into it. There's loads of information on our website. There's probably about 15 pages on company cars versus allowances, so do read that. There's also some very good stuff on the .gov website on how it's going to impact your tax. So I hope that helps, and good luck in choosing what method to use.